Thank you very much for the comments. I want to go through a few of them. Damien Lear says, we're talking about Russellbrand, says it's very unsavoury. I'm very uneasy about trial by media. Yes, I agree entirely. I personally have never watched programmes like Big Brother, and I'm not a fan of reality TV. I think whether you're a fan of reality TV or not, and I must say, having been on reality TV, I am not a fan of reality TV. But whether you watched or not, it's here to stay, and it's a significant part of our TV diet, and a lot of money is invested in this, and a lot of people are being hurt. And whether you watch it or not, whether you bury your head in the sand, this is a form of entertainment that needs addressing. And I think it's cheap television. There's a lot of cheap television. I don't think it's the only form of cheap television, or indeed of exploitative television. I think the sofa surfing television of morning breakfast TV is comes a very close second to exploitative television. We're looking at television which is made on the hoof, on the cheap, where production has super control and where guests are exploited and often are not paid for their appearance, and it's the guests which drive the interest in the show. And while that's the case, one's got to consider, why are we paying production so much money? Why is production raking in so much money, and the people who are actually doing the work are not getting anything, are getting a pittance? And that is the shocking reality. That's one side of the shocking reality. The other side of the shocking reality is the sheer control by production, which has negative effects. Now, I think the sofa television isn't likely to be as detrimental to health as reality TV, and reality TV needs to be looked at very seriously. There are people in the States, there are people in France who are looking at this and considering, people who are on reality TV must be judged to be workers, must be judged to be working rather than simply having a jolly. And this fantasy that people who are on television are having a jolly and approached the television station to be on their program and begged in a sort of narcissistic way to be on the program. This is a lie. I can tell you from my own experience, this is a lie. I'm told the statistic is upwards of 60% were headhunted rather than applied to be on reality TV in the UK, but I think that figure is probably shy of reality, and I suspect the figure is much higher. Those people who did apply to be on reality TV shows almost certainly don't end up on the show they applied to be on, and they're jiggled around until they're on a show which fits their personality, because in the end reality TV is all about casting people into a type that has already been written in the script that reality TV performers adhere to, whether they know it or not. And I think I was terribly lucky in my reality TV outing. I had a wonderful edit. I had a very good time. And I was certainly aware of working extremely hard. My problem occurred after the show was over, and I simply could not have anticipated, and nor could people who warned me about the show have anticipated the assault of control that occurred afterwards, the level of control that occurred afterwards, which frankly I believe made me physically ill. I wrote in an article in The Independent that it was 18 months of sheer hell, and then shortly after that I was diagnosed with bowel cancer with a T3. When the tumour was removed, my consultant said it was about 18 months old. I don't think that's a legal statement, but it is an anecdotal statement, and I would certainly, I certainly believe that reality TV contributed heavily to my cancer. So far I'm alive, so far I'm not yet another one of the 52 odd casualties of reality TV, but maybe it's only a matter of time. I hope not, but I am aware that being on reality TV was flirting with death and the much darker side of TV entertainment. So the fact that you don't watch it is not the issue. We all have a moral duty to stop things which are wrong, and reality TV in its present form is wrong, and it is indulged by the present government and by Ofcom, which is simply the poodle of the government. There are people who are now looking into this academically. Congratulations. And the DCMS is partly funding that academic research. As far as I know, Ofcom doesn't want to get involved in it because, as I say, Ofcom is the poodle of the government, and the government would prefer to be toadying to production and raking in the money that production is raking in from people's misery than to be doing the right thing and leading world entertainment in a new direction. Now, I think there are organizations in America like UCAN that are already paving that way. So we will simply be following America and France. But we had an opportunity to lead, and we're ducking that opportunity. I'm sorry. Brand is a product of that. Brand is a product of this sort of rubbish. Yes, I agree he is. Absolutely. But thank you very much for your comments.